Guys, welcome back to my channel. I am so excited today. I have a collab with OneGirlGames. So basically, we're calling this the Quirky Swim. I still can't talk. The Quirky Sim Swap. So we each made each other a sim, and then we swapped them with each other, and then our job was to come up with kind of their household and backstory. So this is the sim that G made me. I cannot pronounce her last name, and I think her first name is pronounced Diodora. But G kind of told me that she is, or she was, kind of an evil witch, and then she's been kind of becoming more good, and so my job was to kind of figure out why, what made her change. I absolutely love the outfits that she picked for her, and she's such a cool character. So what I did first was, I was like, okay, so I think Diodora had a sister, and her sister was kind of her parents' favorite, and she was kind of a goody two-shoes. So Diodora, I think she kind of fell away from her family and wasn't really close to them for a really long time. But what happened was her sister ended up dying, and her sister had 2 daughters, and there wasn't anybody else to take them, so Diodora ended up with her 2 nieces, a toddler and a child, and that's kind of what made her change, because both of her nieces are just too adorable. I kind of think of them like Agnes from Despicable Me, that kind of personality. They're just very sweet and happy and kind, and I don't know, I just think that kind of made, I think they loved Diodora in the way that she had never been loved before. There's just something about a child, they kind of love you unconditionally, and they don't see all the things that you see that are wrong with you. They just kind of love you the way that you are, and I think that was kind of what pushed Diodora. So we kind of decided to call her Dora. So Auntie Dora. I think that's super cute. But I think that just kind of pushed her to kind of see herself differently, having to take care of two little girls. I probably think that she wasn't a huge fan of kids before she got guardianship of her 2 nieces, but I think that kind of pushed her to just reevaluate where her life was going, and I imagine she would have had to make a lot of changes to become these 2 girls' guardians. So then, after I made these 2 girls, I was like, okay, that was kind of cheating, because I just played with randomized genetics, and that's really not very hard to do. You just click a button, and then I created outfits for them. So I was like, okay, how can I spice up this household a little bit more? So after I was done with the 2 girls, I decided to go ahead and make a couple of pets for their household. And we'll get to that in a second after we're done with the second girls. I did name them. I can't remember what I named them. I probably should have looked at that before I started talking, to be more prepared and put together in my voiceovers. Someday it will happen. I think we'll see their names at the end. But I do remember the names of the animals, because that is obviously the most important thing. So I decided that Dora would have had a cat, because of course she would have had a cat. So I kind of imagined him being a bit of an evil cat. So I named him Lucifer after the cat in Cinderella, because that is like one of my all-time favorite cats in any type of movie. I just, Gus and Lucifer. It's a lot of good memories. So I tried to make him kind of look a little bit evil, and I don't think he's, like, he went from being the only child and now he has these 2 girls living in his household, and he's not a fan. So I think that he is probably not very nice to them. I think they probably give him quite a bit of room and try not to get in his space too much. And I don't know, I had fun with him. I haven't actually created any animals in The Sims for a long time. I think I did when it first came out, and then I haven't really touched the create animal. I don't know what it's called. But I had a lot of fun. I think usually if my Sims do have animals, I was gonna make a crescent moon here, and then I was just like, I have no artistic skills whatsoever, and I gave up. I took it off because I was like, this just looks like a sea, and that's kind of weird. So yeah. Usually in The Sims, when I have my Sims have animals, they usually just adopt them from the menu, and I don't actually go in and edit them at all. It's like kind of like real life. You go to, you know what I mean, shelter or the pound, or you look at a rescue and you just kind of fall in love with what's there, and you don't go out and pick an animal. So that's kind of what I do when my Sims have pets in their household. They usually just adopt them. So this is kind of fun to create something. I think he turned out really, really cute in a kind of creepy, mean cat kind of way. So yeah, it was fun making him though. Kind of enjoyed it. I did go in and change his eyes both to that goldy color instead of having one of each color. I think it made him look just a little more creepy. But yeah, Lucifer is not pleased about the changes in his households, and if you have a cat, you know that they are not a fan of any type of change. They don't like it. But I don't know, I like to think that eventually he falls just as much in love with the girls as his mistress. And I gave him these white marks on his feet because, I don't know, there's just something about a black cat with little white marks on him. So then I decided that to make things a little more interesting, I thought that the girls should have a pet that they brought with them when they moved in. So my cat's making noise in the background again. Like, what is she doing? What is she trying to destroy? So I was like, you know what? Because I would assume that Lucifer absolutely hates dogs, let's have a dog in this household. So I just kind of randomized a mixed breed dog. I figured that Dora's sister went to a shelter and found this very interesting looking dog. And so I just kind of played around and I made a kind of not super pretty dog. I think he's still cute. I love him. But he's a little bit interesting. He's not, you know, it's not like picture pretty, but he's a sweetheart. So he's kind of the opposite of Lucifer. He's very playful and loyal and friendly, and Lucifer is none of those things. His name is Princeton, I decided. So yeah, so that's my household. I think we're gonna get to where I kind of go through and show off the entire household, and we get to find out the girls' names together. I know it doesn't sound like it, but I actually put some thought into their names because G told me that Theodora is a German name, so I found some German names for the girls. So there we go. So her name is Adelia. I think that's how you say it. And then we'll get to the other girl's name. But yeah, we're pretty much wrapping up here. Make sure you go and check out G's channel. I know I usually put this part in the front, but I don't know where my brain is these days, guys. So I will have, of course, all the links for G's channel and everything down below. I don't know, I love doing collabs with her. We have so much fun together. Yeah, so all of my fabulous outfits for the girls. Ah, there we go. Delmara. Delmara? I can't even pronounce it. Why do I do this to myself? If anybody knows how to actually pronounce their names, please leave it down in the comments below. I would love to be educated. But yeah, so thank you guys so much. And thank you, G, for always being up for collaboration with me. And I will talk to you guys really soon. Bye!